Yes. Okay. So I mentioned about my channel, Becoming Mexican, and me, David Matheson. But um, I'd like to explain a little more about the channel. I'm going to look at things like restaurants, taco stands, going to some hotels like the Gran Ancira, which I've never been to before, but looks rather wonderful place, along with some of those in Mexico City. Like, as I said, like the uh, La Opera, Grand Hotel, and others, including maybe the Casa de Azulejos, which is an absolutely fabulous place and a great place for people watching. I must go back there. Yes. Okay. Other things I'll look at is chicharron. Chicharron is my most favorite of things in the world. I discovered it when I arrived here in Mexico some 20 years or more or so ago. And it really is the most wonderful of things. It's hard to pinpoint exactly what it is, but it's just simply wonderful. In its various forms, whether you get it in a market from some places of dubious um, places, I guess, dubious origin, I guess that could be the way, but it's still wonderful. The flavor, the taste, it's hard to pinpoint exactly what it is. And each taco stand has its own variation, its own idea on what chicharron should be. I've cooked it myself, and I tend to use the prensado, which is like the pressed chicharron. You get in a block, and it's wonderful. Cook it with red wine, some balsamic vinegar, some onions, whatever. You get something absolutely incredible as a result. I'm absolutely smitten with the stuff. Now, in the channel, what I'm going to do is look at those hotels, as I've mentioned, restaurants, some lovely ones, maybe in San Pedro, here in Guadalupe, where I live, uh, across the various parts of Monterrey, and really just look at how the restaurants are. That's my idea. Um, I'll also do like um, days of eating, which sounds a quite wonderful thing to do. Breakfast in one place, sorry, not merienda. Later, I'll have merienda. Um, um, some brunch, maybe brunch in almuerzo, which they call it here. In another place, maybe a nice taco stand, lunch in one place, then the merienda, and lunch in another place. Sometimes it may be the full five meals. Others it may be just two or three, just maybe breakfast and almuerzo, brunch, or just lunch. And I'll be doing that kind of thing, describing the food, giving reviews of the places. A bit like the guy Gary Eats, who has an absolutely wonderful channel. I love it. He looks at all the different restaurants, places up and down the UK. His presentation is just lovely. I love it. It's just great. Unfortunately, in Mexico, you can't do the same thing as you do in the UK. You can't travel quite well, you can travel easily, but in terms of distance, Monterrey to Mexico City By bus will take you 10 hours. Not an easy thing to do just on a whim, although you can have a whim and can go by plane. But this is my idea. Hopefully you will enjoy what I present. I guess, I hope. And enjoy the food that I also enjoy and share with you. Okay, thanks very much. Let's move on to food a little bit later.